Okay, I have to tell you about the most magical thing that has ever happened in my entire life. If you are new here, this is the story. I have seasonal affectiveness disorder, and every fall I get depressed. So this spring I decided to grow pumpkins. All of my seeds are in these packages and they're all numbered. I can go through it. Look at, 9, 13. That way I could harvest them in the fall. It would be super fun and maybe it would bring me some happiness. What I didn't realize is that the 4 pumpkins that I grew last year, I composted without taking the seeds out of them. And then I spread that compost throughout my whole garden. I think this is a pumpkin coming up. Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't plant this one. I didn't plant those 2. By late spring, I had over 300 pumpkin plants growing in my backyard. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 30. I don't live on a farm. I live in a subdivision. But you all thought it was great and funny, and so did I. The pumpkins have reached the roof. I repeat, the pumpkins have reached the roof. So we just let it happen. I grew them up trellises. Trell-eye? How do you say more than one trellis? So I'm picking my pumpkins from the mound of pumpkin around my stock tank. There's some in my yard that are just taking over my yard around the pool. I did my best to keep the chickens away from them. My pumpkins grew into the neighbor's tree. Look, this is the fence, and that's the pumpkin, and it's in her tree. I gotta get it out. And at the end of the season, I got 167 pumpkins, and I was like, what am I gonna do with all these pumpkins? It's too many pumpkins. So I came up with this idea to take all of the pumpkins and do a display at a early childhood daycare center. And then go to the center and read It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown to all of the kids. And tell them that if their pumpkin patch is the best pumpkin patch, the Great Pumpkin will come and deliver them a bunch of gifts. And then, from the unicorn fund that I have, grant $2,000 to buy kids' books for the facility. And on Halloween, bring them to them and tell them all that all of these books, that's right, are from the Great Pumpkin. Now, I posted about this and someone said, Chris, it's not the best pumpkin patch, it's the most sincere pumpkin patch. And I was like, oh, they're right. It says right in the book, the most sincere pumpkin patch. And I thought about it some more. I was like, I don't understand how can a pumpkin patch be sincere? So today I went to go read the books to the kids, and the pumpkins were all set up outside. It was absolutely beautiful. They had a chair for me, and they had blankets for the families and the kids. And all the kids ran up to me and they started taking pumpkins. And I was like, yeah, take a pumpkin. And they were all taking gourds and pumpkins. And I started reading the book. Halfway through reading, a kid holds up their pumpkin. It was this one, and they were holding it above their head. And I looked over and I saw this and I said, oh, that's my favorite pumpkin. Because it is. This was my favorite of all of the pumpkins I grew. I got a full bag, but look at this one. Isn't this one so cool? I just love the wardiness of it. And the kid walked up to me and they handed me their pumpkin. And I looked down at it and I said, oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And all of the other kids, they're watching, right? And then the kid next to them stands up and walks over to me and hands me their pumpkin. And I said, oh, thank you so much. And then one by one, they each walked up to me and they handed me their pumpkin. They saw that when I was given one of these pumpkins, I was happy and I was grateful. And seeing that first kid give me their pumpkin inspired them all to do it too. It was an overwhelming moment of joy. Now, if you're wondering, at the end, I told them all to take back their pumpkins. What am I going to do with them, right? I just compost them and have the same problem next year. Look what's going on here. My raised garden, pumpkins, they're trying to keep me out. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But I think I truly understand what the sincerest pumpkin patch means. And I think those kids definitely had it. Thank you for listening.